Hey, Wrestling Mayhem Show, it's Mad Mike here, once again with another minute of Mayhem. Um, okay, first of all, I know everyone's talking a lot about Raw and everything, but for those of you who didn't watch SmackDown, Daniel Bryan had the greatest finish in a match I've ever seen. I know they replayed it on Raw, but first of all, the match with the Big Show was really quite good. Bryan and Big Show worked amazingly well together, better than I thought they would. But the finish was just so fantastic, with Bryan, goading Mark Henry into pushing him, and just a slight push causes a disqualification. I can't wait to see what they do on Friday for SmackDown, and I usually don't look forward to SmackDown, but with this Bryan character is kind of awesome, and if you don't watch SmackDown, you really should be. As far as TNA goes, I listened to Genesis. I didn't watch all of it. It's a shame because the past 2 weeks of Impact were actually quite good. That's probably because they didn't have Matt Morgan, Crimson, Devon, and his sons, the Pope, Garrett Bischoff, Eric Bischoff. It's probably because none of those people work, because those storylines are fucking irritating. However, I'm not going to spoil anything. I did look at the tapings. Not too bad. They're not going in the direction I thought they'd be going, which is a good thing because I thought they were going to go in a bad direction. But yeah, Impact this week doesn't look horrible. So take that for what it's worth. Now coming to Raw. The Ryder Kane Cena thing, it's okay. It's alright. It's a little weird, I guess. The past 2 weeks of Raw have just been kind of weird overall. Not bad. Not overtly good, but very weird. Like, there's been minimal wrestling. It kind of almost seems like an actual soap opera as opposed to a wrestling show, It's very, very odd. But there was one thing I liked on Raw last night, one thing I didn't. Jericho. I understand, I get the gimmick that he's doing. He wants to try and turn everyone against him. I mean, it seems like that's kind of what he's doing. But see, at least me personally, I don't know if he can get away with another week of doing this. Because it's not going to make me hate him. Because it's Jericho. I can't hate him. It's just going to make me bored. And I don't think that's the reaction they want to get. Granted, I know I'm the minority, and most people are probably just going to start hating him, but if he tries this shit again next week and just comes out and, either, is really happy or is verklempt or whatever, it's just going to get kind of boring for me, honestly. I mean, I was even tuning out during it last night. It's an interesting move to try and turn heel, because basically what Jericho is trying to do is buck the trend. When someone comes back from a long absence, they're usually cheered right away, just like he was beforehand. Like, even his first promo, even though it was a heel promo, he got an amazing pop when he came out against The Rock. And then, people started to boo him after his promo and everything. And then, the second time he came back, he got an amazing pop, but he stayed face. This time he's trying to be a heel, just kind of by overstaying his welcome. It almost seems like he's acting like a guest host, which is weird. And I kind of wish it would tie into The Rock, but I know it's not going to. But yeah, next week, I don't think he's probably not going to speak again. But I don't think I'll care nearly as much about it next week. Now, the last thing from Raw, which was amazing, is the Jive Soul Brodus himself. Brodus Clay re-debuting was magical. It was honestly one of the best debuts on Raw they've had in a very long time. He came out with Naomi from Tough Enough and I think Ariani, from Naomi from NXT and Ariani from Tough Enough, the chick who thought Alicia Fox versus Melina was the greatest match she's ever seen. The dancers I really don't care about, but Brodus Clay, he was awesome. It's kind of a mix of Akeem and Ernest the Cat Miller, which separately pretty awful, together apparently pretty hilarious. So I think that's pretty much it for this week's Man of Mayhem. I just want to congratulate the Mayhem show. I wish I could be there with you guys, I really do. I was there for the 5-year anniversary last year, and that was amazing. And 6 years, fucking nuts. I will do my damnedest to make a live appearance on the Mayhem show sometime this year, but until then, Sorg, LB, Chachi, our special guest, who I'm pretty sure I know who it is, and I know me saying it wouldn't spoil it, but, congratulations to you as well, sir. Yeah, just, let's have 6 more years of Mayhem. Take care. Spike your hair, bitches.